Okay, so maybe you're like me and you got some milk cows or a milk goat and then realize that hand milking is a lot of work that you don't want to do. And so you went on Amazon and you found a bunch of these cheap little vacuum pump milkers. And some of them say they were battery powered, some of them said that you had to plug them in, but they all look about the same. Well, I ordered one of each online, this one being a battery one that can run without being plugged in, and this one that has to be plugged in. But since they look so similar, I decided to take them apart, and this is what I found. This one is the exact same, except it's got a battery pack in it. Now the interesting thing is that these have a 12 volt input. So you use their little wall charger and it converts your electricity from your wall down to 12 volts so that you can run these. So this one I took apart. I just took the 4 screws out of the front and out of the back and slid it apart. Now the only difference between these two is that this one has a little battery pack right here. Now one thing I noticed is that this is a rheostat, so this is basically a voltage adjuster to speed up or slow down this little motor. But when I look here at the information on it, it says that it's, let's see if you can see it there, 4.5 to 35 volts. So that means that this should be able to handle anywhere in that range and convert it for this motor to use. But if you go too far above that, when you turn it up, it'll speed this motor up a tremendous amount, which might not necessarily be a good thing for the milking operation. But what I want to do is I want to turn this into a battery operated unit so that I can run it on any kind of battery, any kind of 12 volt battery. And one of the things that I like to use a lot is I get these little battery adapters off of Amazon. And you can get them for pretty much any type of battery that you have. They're just a 3D printed battery adapter. But the thing I like about this is then I don't have to wait for a battery to recharge on the unit. I can just grab whatever battery that I want. Now I'm going to use a 12 volt battery setup. You could use like your 18 volt setup, but I'm afraid that when you turn this up, it will go too high and it might hurt my cow by pulling too much suction through the tube. So I'm going to set it up that I can use this 12 volt system. So now there's a couple of different ways that we can accomplish what we want to do. All I've done is I drilled a hole in the top of this, and you can get these battery adapters off of Amazon to fit whatever batteries you have. I'm just using a 12 volt Milwaukee battery, and because everything in here is ran off of 12 volts, we can just attach it. This particular one, I don't know if they're all the same, but this has those little terminals underneath, so we just slip them in and screw them together. And then now everything is connected, and we should be able to run it off of a 12 volt battery. This is also why I wouldn't want to put any bigger battery on, because the higher you turn it, I think it would work the pump too hard. So now we'll just go ahead and put everything back together. And this, I'll use some hot glue to fill in this hole so these wires don't get cut. And then I'll probably hot glue this battery adapter right on top here somewhere so that it's all one unit. And there we have it. It's all back together, And we have turned a non-battery powered milker into a battery powered one. Now this isn't the only way to do it. There's a ton of better ways to do it. This just happens to be what I had laying around. You know, you can buy the little blue batteries and build one yourself, and so everything will fit in here. You could use thinner wire. You don't need real thick wire because it's not drawing a whole lot of power to run this. But basically, it's just a little metal box, and everything inside of it runs on 12-volt power. So you just have to figure out how to do that. Honestly, it's not cheaper. It wouldn't be cheaper to do it this way. If you're buying one off of Amazon, you know, you can, it's better to just buy one that's already pre-built. But if you have one and you wanted to do this, or, you know, if something inside of it went bad, they're not difficult to open up and look at it and kind of try to figure out what's going on with it. But just something that I wanted to try, so that's all it is. Thanks for watching.